Good morning, you beautiful people. Good morning. Well, it's evening. It's almost 11, but it's still morning. It's not evening until 12 o'clock. And for me, it's almost 11 a.m. How are you all doing? There's nobody here. That's fine. That's cool. I'm okay with that. Let's just, do our live stream thing anyways. There's a lot I want to talk about today. I thought of an idea, since I'm going to start trying to be up in the morning. So I thought an idea, since I'm going to be up in the morning, is to do kind of a morning news, like, showing was an idea. And so you can consider this the first one. Because, I don't know, it's like, I woke up this morning and I got the idea of watching all the morning news that bores the crap out of me. It's like there's no cartoons on in the morning anymore. That is weird. I woke up at, I actually was awake since like 4:56, I think it was, yeah. Almost 5 a.m. when I woke up. My dog woke me up. He came in, jumped on me, and got under the blankets because he was cold. It was cold this morning. It was very chilly. Very, very, very chilly. Very, 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 very cold. It was. So, there's a lot I want to talk about this morning. Going into the hospital. Tuesday for your heart. What's going on with your heart? There's I think you told me something, but I can't remember. I'm not for sure about this. Okay. Okay, hospital. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there's still a delay, and I don't know what to do about the delay. I think the delay is normal. I think there's always a delay, unless you have powerful internet. And I don't have powerful internet. So, ow. There's my knuckles. My knuckles. Here's my knuckles. There we go. Beats too low, and the beats are too low, and you use a test device. You've been using a test device for the month. You probably wore it out with all the caffeine, man. That's why I tell people, take it easy on the caffeine. It's not great. It will wear your heart out, especially if you have anxiety. Especially if you have mental stuff and everything. It will wear your heart out. But that might not be what's going on with you. Anyhow, okay, so the stuff I want to talk about this morning, can I please get into it? Dear Lord. I want to talk about some stuff this morning. Good Lord. And it's not there. Why does this happen to me every time I have something I want to talk? Okay, so off the top of my head, there was this thing that I read this morning where the current president of Nintendo, he sat there and he said that the reason they can't meet 20 million units is because they haven't been able to oh god, give me 1 second. Okay, so the 20 million Switch target failed due to insufficient efforts to convey the appeal of the Switch. No, this is something I knew was going to happen. It had this uptake, alright? Because people wanted it. Everybody who was going to get one, who was willing to buy a Switch for that price, has bought it. Alright? If you want to keep the sales going, you have to lower the price. Alright? That's all there is to it. I knew this was going to happen. I knew the price was too much for a lot of people. You've got those people who are waiting for that price cut. That's where we're at now. And the president is such a dingbat of Nintendo. Nintendo is a dingbat company. I love them to death. I really do. But I grew up with them. But the people that run it are always not using their brains. They're not using their brains. Not using them. So the issue here is price, okay? You have people who aren't willing to pay that price. My suggestion to Nintendo, dockless Switch. People want a dock and want to hook it to their television. They can get a dock kit later, okay? You will sell more people, because a lot of people that I know don't even use the dock. They're mostly playing it like a handheld. All right, I feel like Nintendo needs to step away from home consoles and just focus on handhelds. I feel like that's where they need to be. I mean, that's partly what I feel needs to be done. The people who have bought it have bought it. People that bought the Switch bought it. There's also the rumblings of a new Switch, a new, more powerful Switch. That's going to slow your sales too. Okay, so if there actually is a new Switch, I'd get that thing launched, and I would get it launched soon. I would also get their cheaper Switch launched. I would not make a completely handheld Switch. Everybody's talking about, oh, a Switch Mini, it's just a handheld. I'm like, that's not a good idea. They just need to refine the development of the device and get rid of the dock and just let people buy a dock later. Slash the price down a little, and it'll pick up sales again. You'll reach that 20 million thing. It's just that Nintendo has this weird mindset to where they think that they can sell something at whatever price that they put it out for, and that if they fail to sell it at that price, then it's because something they did wrong. They failed to convey something or some other bullshit. They don't sit back and stop, especially with social media, and go, I think it's the price. People aren't happy with the price. The only thing that they're failing at that I feel like isn't price related, the price is good, it's just the product isn't very good, is their online. Which, by the way, there was this article, which I'm looking for right now, that says that they're going to have voice chat. There it is. So Vivix, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I've botched that name. Is releasing a software development kit to add text and voice chat to Nintendo Switch games. So it just means more games are going to either have it added later, or newer games are going to have it added. It's something that should have been there from the get-go. Nintendo doesn't understand this crap. It's like, why does it take them so long to figure this crap out? Either they don't understand how to get it going, or they just wanted people, for safety reasons, to protect children, to have to go through an app. Whatever the reasoning for it is, it was bupkis. It's annoying, and a lot of people aren't happy with it. It's something that the other guys, Sony and Microsoft, and hell, even PC owners, they've got it all sorted out, but yet Nintendo can't sort this crap out. Nobody should have to use a separate device to do online chat for a video game. It should be built right the effing F right into the device. All right? It should have been there right with the software and everything. There should have been achievements. There should have been all of this. And it wasn't there. All right? Now, to be fair, I don't care about these things. I don't care at all about these kind of things. I don't really care, but I know the market. I know players. I know other players love this stuff. I know other players demand this stuff. I don't really care. I'm a single player guy. I don't really, worry about all that stuff, so it's fine with me. But I know what the market is like now, and I know how the vast majority of players are. And Nintendo hasn't been doing very well since day one. There was something that I read about the investor meeting that says that they're going to probably increase the price of Nintendo Switch Online. And they're going to offer more with it. And I'm just like, I don't think that's it. I think what they have to do is offer something different. Offering a bunch of old NES games isn't going to cut the funky mustard. It's not enough. It's a bunch of old NES games that it's real easy for a lot of people to get a hold of. Despite those websites that they keep shutting down. Despite this war on ROM sites that Nintendo keeps waging. There's stuff that emulators can do right now. There's stuff that emulators can do that Nintendo's not taking advantage of right now. There's a lot of stuff that could be taken advantage of, and Nintendo's not taking advantage of it. Through emulation, there's tricks that are done now. There's the MSU1 emulators can do that. Like, I've got several ROMs that have like audio that's recorded, replacing the video game, the actual audio in the game. It's really awesome stuff. So, you also have N64 where you can literally replace the textures and even some of the polygons, the 3D models with higher polygon counts and stuff. There's all this cool stuff happening in the realm of emulation that Nintendo's not catching on to. Right now there could be you can even take an NES game and give it easily give it 16-bit graphics, and Nintendo's not taking advantage of any of this. None of this is being taken advantage of. Nintendo's always far behind this kind of stuff. So, yeah. And sorry I wasn't looking at any of the comment section. Alright. Let's see what we got here. I just saw the new Child Play trailer and I'm not impressed. I don't care about Child's Play. I don't care about the movie. I've never cared about that series. I watched the very first one when it came out when I was a kid. My anxiety was so fucking bad as a child. I felt like I was dying. I was crying. I was freaking the fuck out. And my mom took me out and she slapped me around. She took me out in the hall and shook me and slapped me across the face because how I was behaving. It was a long time ago and she won't remember it. I have a lot of bitterness towards that movie. I don't care for that series. I stay away from that stuff. It's like, if I want something to scare me, I'll play a scary video game. I'll play, you know, Resident Evil. Which, by the way, I'm considering doing a live stream of the original Resident Evil 2. Because I can't play Resident Evil 2 Remake. Because I don't have the video, I don't have a video card that supports it. I don't have any of that. 6 classic Dungeons and Dragons games coming to Switch. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, and it's not all of them are Dungeons and Dragons. Not all of them. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Baldur's Gate 2, Baldur's Gate SOD, I'm not sure what that is. Icewind Dale Planescape Torment. Oh, Planescape Torment, sorry. And Neverwinter Nights. Neverwinter Nights is not Dungeons and Dragons. I'm just going to let you know that now. That's under a different mantle. So, not all of those. Planescape is not Dungeons and Dragons. I want to say out of those, I think Icewind Dale. I think Icewind Dale is. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 and Baldur's Gate SOD, those are Dungeons and Dragons games. Planescape Torment and Neverwinter Nights are not Dungeons and Dragons games. Not official. They're not actual Dungeons and Dragons moniker. They're not under that moniker. They're similar games, but they're not under the moniker of Dungeons and Dragons. They're under a different moniker. So they're not all Dungeons and Dragons. I think they're all from the same, maybe from the same studio, but they're not all Dungeons and Dragons. I can tell you for sure that Baldur's Gate 2, and Baldur's Gate SOD are. For sure. And I can tell you for sure Neverwinter Nights is not a Dungeons and Dragons game. It's not part of the brand. I can tell you that now. Yeah, I have all this Nintendo news up in front of me. You don't have to sit there and tell me, dude. Animal Crossing Switch is coming September 13th. Yeah, I don't care. I've never cared for that game. Never cared for that series. I think I played it once on the GameCube and I was like, eh. But for those who do care about it, yay, I guess. I'm not a fan of that series. It's okay. I'm just like, I'm trying to talk about what I want to talk about because I've already got a bunch of news in front of me that I can talk about. So I don't really care about that. Nintendo Switch Online is crap. What's bad is instead of making it better, they're going to charge more and then make it better, which is just greedy. They should keep charging the price that they're charging and just make it better. Nobody cares about NES games. Okay? They don't care. That ship has set sailed. Everybody's waiting for GameCube. Where's the GameCube games? That's what people want. People want stuff from maybe even the N64. Hell, I want to play some DS games. This is my idea. Turn the Switch on its side, make a special controller that only hooks on one side. Okay? A special controller, you switch it to its side and play DS games on it. I'm waiting for DS games to come to the Switch because there's enough room there that all you have to do is turn it to the side. That one long screen can become the 2 screens that are needed for the DS. There's touch screen. It's a touch screen, so there you go. That's what I want. I want to play some DS games on the Switch. That would be awesome. And then you can dock it and take a controller and or take the 2 motion controls and replicate touchpad function and play a lot of games. That's what I want to see come to the Switch. I want the Virtual Console back. I want Virtual Console back. I don't care to pay a monthly fee to be forced to play old games. In fact, a better idea, and I've thrown this at Nintendo's Twitter account over and over again, is to just release a collection on a single Switch cartridge. Release a fucking collection of these NES games. Stop trying to use them as a means to sell your online. It's not gonna work. I don't know what they're thinking with this. It's a terrible idea. It should have never been pursued. And yeah, it's annoying. That, or give it an option. People can play it if they pay an online a monthly fee, or if they want to buy a collection and just play it, let them buy the fucking collection. It really does suck. The online is terrible. I had it for a while and I was like, this is garbage. My internet's not good enough for it. It's not. I mean, part of the problem I feel like too is infrastructure. The United States doesn't have the sort of internet service everywhere that it should have. That's a huge issue. It's always been a huge issue. 5G might change that, but of course there's conspiracy theorists out there who are going, 5G is going to make you have cancer. They say that about everything. Everything's going to cause cancer. My little heater here is probably going to cause cancer. My microwave is going to cause cancer. My smartphone's going to cause cancer. I'm so sick of this. It's such a worry. Oh my God, they have this 5G is going to murder us all. Fucking fuck. I'm cursing too much. I'm gonna. Oh man, I forgot. I can't curse too much. Frickin' frick, frickin' frack, frickin' frickity frick frickin' frack. Sorry, I forgot. I'm trying to move away from cursing, so I'll probably just. I'll have to slap a warning up later. Crap, I forgot. I can't do that. Oh my God. Oh. Yeah, I used to dream about working for Nintendo, you know, maybe doing voice work and everything, but that's not going to happen. I'm not going to be the voice of Mario anytime soon. Woohoo! It's just not going to happen. Oh, look at the leaves flying by my window. It was 36 degrees this morning. It's only going to get up to 40-something where I live. It's nuts. It's really nuts. But like I said, it's Nintendo's fault that the Switch hasn't sold as much as they wanted it to sell. It would have sold more had they by now they should have already released something a little cheaper without a dock. People can buy the dock later. That's why they're not selling as many units. We have people who are holding out. They're not feeling it yet. Some people just aren't happy with the power of this device. That's the other thing. People want to see the full power that they see with a bunch of other devices. There's also the fact to take in mind that people are expecting a similar device from Sony that's much more powerful. If that's the case, Nintendo is in for an uphill battle. I'm telling you, I know Sony. I know the kind of copycats that they are. And I can guarantee you that there's a PlayStation swap coming soon. Swap between handheld and TV mode. Swap. That's going to be everything. PlayStation swap. Because that's Sony. But it's still something Nintendo has to take into consideration. That's the other reason that sales are slowing. People are expecting those next-gen consoles to come in. They're going to save their hard-earned money to get those next-gen consoles. They're not going to spend it on a Nintendo Switch. Nintendo's going to have to come out guns a-blazing with a new, more powerful Switch, or a much cheaper Switch, or both. You know, a much cheaper Switch or a much more powerful Switch, or both. If they're going to want to keep the sell momentum going. That's what I figure is going to happen. But my next live stream is going to be probably gameplay. If I've got it, I think I've got it. I'm going to play the original Resident Evil 2. The original one. And the reason, like I said, for that is I can't play the remake. Number one, I don't have the money for the remake. Number two, I don't have the money for the remake. And don't have a video card that can play the game. So You know, and I don't have a PS4, so I can't play it on the PS4 or even the Xbox One. I don't have any of those devices. So that's where Nintendo's failing. There's these big budget, awesome games that are coming out, and it's not on the Switch in the US. It's on the Switch in Japan, and you basically play it through the cloud. That's the other thing. People are very, very excited for the cloud. And it's like, the cloud is coming, and I'm telling you, that's the future. That's going to be the future. Yeah, and I'm telling you all this right now. The moment a company comes out and says, we're not doing that, while every other company is doing that, that single company that doesn't do it is going to be top dog. That single company that says, we're still doing physical goods. We're still doing physical media. We're still doing downloads. Those are the ones who are going to still have... that are still going to... They're going to be the ones that are top dog, whoever does that. Because people still want a semblance of ownership. A semblance. I hope you understand what I'm saying. They want something that seems like they at least own it. Streaming through the cloud, you don't own anything. The game can be gone. I mean, the same can be said for a downloadable game, but even if they remove a downloadable game from the server, it doesn't mean it's removed from your device, and you can still play it on your device. See what I'm saying? So, yeah. I'm guaranteeing, everybody thinks that's the future. That's going to be the future. Even Rich at Review Tech USA, that's the future, man. That's going to be the future. I'm telling you, that's going to be the future. That's my Rich at Review Tech USA's impression. Telling you, man. Telling you, man. That's gonna be the future, man. It's coming. It's coming, man. All I need is his facial hair. It's coming, man. Yeah. You know, playing games on the cloud, that's what's going to be in the future, man. There's no fighting that all digital future, man. And I'm sitting there shaking my head going, yeah, right. I don't think it'll go over that well. I can guarantee you a ton of people are going to say no. Not everybody has internet. Not everybody wants to have internet. A lot of people just want their game console, so they're just not going to buy anything. You know, I don't see that happening, so... I don't see it. There's a lot of reasons I don't see it. But I don't see it. You got very quiet. I don't think there's anything else I really wanted to talk about at the moment. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate for Nintendo 3DS and Switch sold 3... Oh, okay. Something that came out. Oh, this is an interesting story. This is something to talk about. This is something very interesting to talk about. So, the research firm EEDAR, I don't know, EDAR, has produced a new report giving further insight into current Nintendo Switch owners. The main demographic playing the system are aged 18 to 24. What is also interesting is that the male-female split ratio is roughly at about even at about 50-50. This is different from the initial demographic report when the system launched in 2017. Early adopters was mostly male. It was only a 30% female ratio of Switch owners. 70% male Switch owners and 30% female owners. Right now, it's cut right down the middle. It's a 50-50 split of male and female owners on the Nintendo Switch. That's because a lot of people are buying it for the handheld. Okay, there's a lot of people that are getting this for the handheld. A lot of people are holding out because the price is too much for a handheld. They need to just sell it without the dock, or they need to make an optional bundle without the dock that's a little cheaper. It'll sell a lot better. You can still get a dock later. No big deal. That or they just lower the price somehow. I don't know what they're doing. They need to do it. They need to act. Whatever they're going to do, they need to act. And I usually do these live streams and I get one person watching usually. And I think I'm about done with my live stream because I've gotten everything out that I want to talk about. I could talk about some private stuff that's going on here at home, but I'll probably leave that out. Probably do that with a different live stream, actually, or a video. I don't know. I haven't done videos in a while because it's hard to upload a video with my internet, with my little tethered thing. Oh yeah, Crash Team Racing, nitro fueled. Is it out? Is it already out? Is Crash Bandicoot or Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, is that out? Or is it just reviewers that got a copy? That was the other interesting thing that I forgot to mention. So, I don't know if I've talked about this before in a live stream, but Xbox Live is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Are we serious? Are we actually for sure about this? Is that a real thing? I'm just like, that doesn't seem right to me for some reason. I mean, unless they're paying Nintendo a fee to have the service on there. I'm pretty sure they are. Xbox Live for the Nintendo Switch, and I'm guessing it's going to allow you to play... Oh, what is that game called? Give me a second, I'm trying to remember. It's that one flagship title that Xbox has. Halo. Does that mean people can play Halo on their Switch as long as they have a good internet connection? Is that what we're fixing to happen? Is that what's about to happen? That's crazy. I feel like Nintendo and Xbox should just... Microsoft should just get married already. Just get married. Just merge already. Merge. Do a merger. Come on, do a merger. Just do it already. There's already been hints that Microsoft might not continue working on consoles. If the next Xbox comes out and it doesn't do very well, and they struggle to meet the market and everything, or get in the market, I think it'll be their last console, and then at that point they'll just do the online Xbox Live thing. And I think that's, yeah. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think what's going to happen is eventually, if things keep going downhill for Microsoft's home consoles, here's what I would do. Here's what I would do. If I was Nintendo, I would drop out of the home console thing. Just completely drop out of it. They do handhelds best. And have the Nintendo Switch be something that connects to the Xbox. Let Microsoft be the ones who make the home console, and let Nintendo be the ones that make the handheld that is that accompanies the console. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's not a good idea. There's reasons why that probably wouldn't work. Yeah. Still, something about that kind of works in my mind. I could stream what's on my Xbox, whatever the next Xbox is going to be, to my Nintendo Switch. If I'm sitting at home, I can sit there. That way, free up the television. Play it on the Switch. I don't know. I just know that if things keep going poorly for Microsoft, then I don't see them staying in the race. I just don't see it. But there's actually an article here I meant to read. A developer session by Microsoft, which is due to take place at this year's JDC, will be about a new update to the cross-platform developer kit that will allow Xbox Live to further connect with players on Android, iOS, and the Nintendo Switch. This is why I said that's the other thing people aren't keeping in mind. Nintendo isn't competing with Microsoft or Sony right now. Believe it or not, they're competing with Android and iOS. They're competing with other tablets and other handheld devices. That's the market that they're after now. They're competing with Apple and Google. They're not really competing with Sony or Microsoft. The Switch is more or less what Nintendo wants to take up your space to play games. It's doing a pretty good job of it because smartphones, I don't like touchscreen gaming. Now, there was an article I read about controllers. Like some smartphones are going to come with controllers now. Like that you can optionally latch on that'll easily work with it, sync with it real easily. Because they're really trying to get people to play games on their smartphones more than they used to. But we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of smartphone gaming because I get tired of touchscreen mechanics. I get really tired of this. It gets really annoying. But yeah, going back to what I was talking about earlier, Nintendo, if I were you, which I know you're not going to see this because I'm just a winky-dink little dork, you need to release a dockless Switch. If you have to re